Hey, welcome back. It's Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. Today we're going to be doing a special short episode of Yield TV. I've got one of our co-founders, Suhail, who's going to be joining us here. And yeah, we're excited to tell you more about Zapper API. It is a product that we've been working on for some time, and I'm going to let Suhail sort of tell the story of why we're releasing it and who we think should be building with it, and you know how that can be helpful to those building in the DeFi community. So anyway, Suhail, welcome to Yield TV. How's it going?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me. It's been a while, I think, or I don't think I've ever been on even. So
yeah. It's been at least 1 minute since we were talking, and before that we hadn't spoken at least in a few hours. So yeah, no, thanks for being able to come on. I feel like I would never be able to discuss this the way it should be discussed, because you as a developer, you as our technical lead are really able to speak to the needs of developers. So why don't we start with an easier question? In case folks don't know you, how did you ever get started in crypto? And then I guess what led you ultimately to Zapper?
Yeah, I guess I got my start in a similar way to what we're going to be showing today, which was someone's API, who I guess it was MakerDAO actually when they launched a couple of years ago. I was looking around trying to figure out how I could get into dev in Ethereum, looking for an easy entry somewhere with a lot of documentation, someplace I can go to ask questions for stuff I didn't know. So I started building in DeFi on MakerDAO using their die.js, I think, is their library. So I built a little MakerDAO CDP monitoring site. Eventually moved on to a bit more in-depth stuff. I worked on some Solidity and stuff like that. Eventually ended up at DeFi which eventually would merge with Zapper. So DeFi Zap plus DeFi Snap became Zapper. Seb was from the Zapper, the DeFi Snap side. I was from the Zapper side. Just briefly, DeFi Zap was like quickly a way to quickly enter and exit liquidity positions in Uniswap, stuff like that. We had some strategies using leverage positions and stuff like that back in the day. Yeah, so long ago in DeFi,
so long ago, but
I almost don't even remember almost.
Yeah, it was November, December 2019, and you had a page at the time where it was like a list of all the different zaps, and at first I know what struck me, because I wasn't working with you at the time, was okay, so I can now enter Uniswap LPs with one token, which was like, because we were all so used to going through the steps of trading for the right assets and prepping the 50-50 ratio of the two tokens. So that was saving us. And then you started doing things like leverage liquidity provisions and all sorts of like cool strategies. So I remember the thing that I was telling my friends and family was that if you want to get involved in more sophisticated DeFi opportunities, this is like the easiest way to share that opportunity. You just link to it, which was a huge step forward. And now I feel like, I think what we do is still special, but I'd like to think that what we do is just, it's more common and understood. Go to Zapper, find an LP, and now you can swap with any token. So that was one of the main things you guys just recently updated. Anyways, back to you though with Zapper is officially formed in like early 2020. By the end of 2020, I want to call out, we did $1 billion in transaction volume. We've done almost $2.5 billion, I think now. So a lot of that has accelerated. But yeah, tell me more about, like, as you've been, you are normally the guy on our team that works with all other DeFi teams. So you have like 1 million different Telegram channels, and you're helping them to either build a Zap or figure out ways to use Zapper to grow their protocol. So what led to building the API?
Yeah, I like what you said earlier about DeFi Zap was one of the easiest way to ship off one of these these complex DeFi positions or ways of doing something in DeFi. The API is similar to that in that you can create these complex zaps, as we call them, pretty easily. You know, you don't have to be a developer with tons of experience to get started with this stuff. We try to make it as easy as possible. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, builders are really enterprising. So we noticed that in our Discord page, people started asking questions about, you know, how our API worked, and we didn't really have anything public at the time. So these guys were digging into our you know, the network tab on a Chrome page on Zapper and looking at the calls that were happening, you know, looking at the requests going out and the data coming in. And, you know, basically Zapper is just a giant database. So once you have that data, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it, stuff that even Zapper's not yet doing. So a lot of teams are interested in using the data. You don't have to be a team. You can be a, you know, a new developer, a hacker, whatever. Data is available for you to use as you want. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier now that we have some docs up than it was when we first got started. But if you are interested, feel free to hop onto our Build on Zapper Discord page, our channel, ask us some questions. There's some other builders in there working on stuff as well. And we have some other exciting integrations coming up with some big teams too.
Yeah, so a few of those ideas that have already been built out with the API, I think the biggest, most visible one that's already in use is Armor. So Armor is pay-as-you-go DeFi insurance, and I'm just going to actually bring it up here a sec so we can just show them. Wow, got a lot of stuff going on outside. Here we go. Okay, cool. So let me hit refresh here. So the Armor team using our API then basically analyzes your wallet and tells you in this case, hey, these are the different assets that you can cover. And so, you know, it gives you the feel of like Web 2. You know, if you've ever like shopped on Amazon, just check off what you need, cover what's selected, and you can, in this case, you're paying as you go. So you just deposit Ether and then it decrements from that Ether every block. But the point is that man, I got a lot of fire trucks outside today. The portfolio dashboard is powered by our API. So this was one
this is
really like awesome
really cool
example of what you can do. But yeah, Suhail, anything else to share on that?
Yeah, this is really cool. So they're basically pulling all of the balance data that we have for the different protocols. So I think you signed in with your account here. And what they did is they pinged Zapper API with your account. And they said, they found that, oh, okay, so DeFi Dad's in Yearn. He's in a couple of curve pools, I think. You know, he's in Balancer, he's in Sushi. So we can offer him cover for specifically these positions. Because we know that he's in these pools. So this is something that we were actually discussing doing. We would like to offer insurance on Zapper in a manner very similar to this, but they beat us to it. So that's actually kind of nice. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the data that we have that Zapper hasn't even done yet. You know, other things that you could do would be like, you know, tracking historical balances. You could, you know, track your P&L or ROI, stuff like that. So, I mean, really, the sky's the limit. You have the data. So if you're, you know, an enterprising developer, I'm sure you can come up with a lot of things to do with it. Yeah. This is just one example. Armor's done a really nice job here with their presentation and everything. It's really nice.
Hat tip to Armor. Thanks for being so quick to implement. And I think now I can say, this is one of the easiest insurance products to use. And, you know, I never realized previously, like, I think what holds back a lot of people is knowing what you actually need to buy, what cover needs to be bought. So the missing piece here was just our API and yeah, now it should help folks. The other one, did you want to talk about the stake or hold.netlify app?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. So this one here. Here we go. So someone created this from our Zapper Discord community, right?
Yeah, Mr. Maj, I think is how you pronounce it. You can see on the top right there, it is available on GitHub. So if you want to look at the source code and figure out how, how to structure some of this stuff, there's a really good example on this page here. Basically hitting all the data APIs again for an account's balance, and comparing the values that you had you not staked versus had you staked. So it takes into account the yield that you earn. So basically demonstrating that you should stake if you can.
Yeah.
Use Zapper to do that. You're way better off than just holding the LP, obviously. So yeah, it's a really cool application. He was actually one of the first ones to build something, and we didn't have any documentation, so he was a sleuth and looked through the network tab and figured out what needed to be done. So this is a really good application of the data API. The other side of things that we have is the transactions API, which lets you actually construct zaps. So zap in, zap out, rebalancing between liquidity pools, all that stuff. We made it really easy to do with the transactions API. Actually, Yearn is actually working on that today. So Zappins on the Yearn page will be using Zapper's API, as well as our Vault Zappin contracts. It's really easy to do. We have a guide set up on docs.zapper.fi. Goes through a couple of examples on how to get started, what the API key is. We do have a public API key anyone can use. You don't have to sign up or anything. It's free to use. There's no charge for it. Just grab it, use it, have fun, show us what you built.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe if you want to show the docs.zapper.fi page, we can go through.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe how to get set up and get started.
Yeah, and if anyone goes to zapper.fi, that is where you'll see the Discord link, and just hop in there and we'll get you some help. There's a build on Zapper channel in our Discord. Okay, yeah, so what's worth calling out here, Suhail?
So why don't you click on Zapper API there on the top left under build.
There we go. My bad. There we go.
So all this basic overview, we kind of went through the two types. There's the data API and the transactions API. So the data API was something you could use to build what Armor built, what the Staker Die, I think it was called, Staker Hold, sorry, built. That was all using the data API. So actually another thing we could call out is supported platforms on Zapper. I think it's Zapper 5 / supported platforms. And any of those guys that you see there, you'll be able to get data for. So I think there's, I don't know, over 20. What would you say? We support a bunch of platforms now.
In terms of protocols, just on the dashboard, or you mean as zaps?
So on the dashboard for balances.
Oh, that's insane.
It's a lot to count. But yeah.
We might be close to 100. I mean, at this point, it's just like a fire hose of chaos. It's just yeah. So, anyways, yeah. If by the way, if you know of new DeFi protocols, new tokens, new farming, just hop into our Discord. The best way to do it is actually on zapper.fi. There's a little link that says "Don't see your assets." And if you create just a canny proposal, CANNY, it's just a software we use, upvote that to 50, and we basically try to prioritize it after if it's not already supported. Our goal is to actually support it before folks ask us to do so. So anyways, thanks for your patience on that. It's just total chaos with all the new protocols that are launching. But yeah, sorry, Suhail, what else can we call out here?
Yeah, so for those, whatever it was, 100 or so protocols that we're adding every day, that data is all available through this API. So if you're interested in, I don't know, snow swap LP positions for an account, or pool together, for example, or loop ring even. So these protocols are all available through this transactions API. So use your imagination. You can build, whatever you want with that. The other one is the transaction API. This guy lets you build zap-ins, zap-outs, lets you rebalance liquidity between protocols, and it's really easy to use. So if you click on the guide section there, highlighted,
There we go.
kind of in purple.
There we go.
So this guy lets you, like I said, build zaps. So there's a urine zap-in guide there, which you could follow if you want to integrate zaps in your apps, or if you're just curious to see how they work, or you're just getting started in blockchain dev or anything like that. Check out this guide. It's a good place to get started. It allows you to add any token into a urine vault. So for example, starting with ETH and you want to add tokens into the 3-curve urine vault, what this app will do is convert the ETH into, I don't know, DAI, USDC, or USDT, zap that into Curve, and then zap the Curve LP into the urine vault. So this goes through exactly how to do that, how to construct that transaction so you can use it. You can use this transaction either via Web3 or Ethers, or directly in a smart contract. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. I guess that's easy for me to say.
No.
If you have any issues, feel free.
Yeah, end of day.
If you have any issues, feel free to reach out on Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Just reach out to us for help. We're here to help. That's
Absolutely.
And again, there is a Build on Zapper channel in our Discord, so you can just hop into there. Suhail, anything else you think worth calling out other than just we hope people find it useful and again reach out to us for any assistance.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing is we do take an affiliate address in the API for the transactions API. We use it for monitoring volume. At some point, we may choose to incentivize people who integrate those apps via the API. So, if you're interested in getting started, just, throw something together and then ping us in Discord, let us know. The other thing is we are hiring devs, software engineers, front end, back end. And I think there's really nothing more attractive for a company than for someone to build with their API or their product. So if you're interested, that's a really good way to get started. Show us what you built. Let us know that you're interested in working at Zapper. It definitely gives you a leg up. Other than that, yeah, have a look at Angel Co. We are hiring a couple of engineers, smart contracts, some other positions as well. If you're interested in joining the team, go check out Angel Co. And again, if you're interested in building, links on the window there, docs.zapper.fi. And any questions, reach out on Discord.
Awesome, man. No, thanks so much for being able to join. And I just want to make sure if we didn't have any other questions come up. Okay, no, nothing else. Just, yeah, I think I got them all covered. Cool. Well, okay, reminder to everyone, as always, subscribe at tv.zapper.fi. There's now 87 episodes you can comb through to learn a lot about DeFi and NFTs and Ethereum and Layer 2. Later tonight, so at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have Anthony Sassano on, and we're going to talk about the state of Layer 2s in Ethereum, how close we are to really, I think, seeing total value locked explode on Layer 2s. And then we also, hopefully by that time, we'll be live with Zapper Bridges. So we'll have this feature soon. We'll be talking about it more the next few days. It just allows you to be able to deposit and withdraw from Layer 2s like Polygon. So, that's exciting just because I think a lot of people struggle with the ability to get their money into Layer 2 or even to know how to get started. So we feel like it's one more piece of the puzzle in Zapper that we can help, the average DeFi user, the newcomer, or even the most advanced users to start to explore using Layer 2. And that will eventually support other Layer 2s like Optimism when it's fully live and XDAI and so on. So yeah, all of that's happening later tonight. Other than that, Suhail, I'm just going to hit the outro video. We'll be in a green room in a second then. So anything else you want to say before we go?
Nope, I think you nailed it.
All right, awesome. Hey, thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day, and don't forget to try Zapper at zapper.fi. Bye.